Hello, hello, and welcome to some Master Duel. In case any of you want to use it, just in case. Today, I think I'm gonna do some duels using Malice, cause why not? Malice seems fun. I do have a deck list. I'm gonna do a couple of duels, and then I'll show you guys that deck list after. Alright, we get to go first. Um, this ain't a bad hand, honestly. Could be better. Could be worse, though. So, we're gonna go ahead and fucking... Yeah. Uh, a lot of people, of course, won't know this. Oh. This time we're going second. Which is perfectly fine and dandy. Glorious, glorious days. Anywho, as I was saying last time, a lot of you won't know this, but I kind of fall in and fall off for Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite often, right? Some archetypes, a lot of archetypes, I just can't get behind. And so I just kind of stopped playing for the longest. And Maliss currently is that archetype for me that makes me want to actually play. It makes me come back. It feels fun and it doesn't feel too cheap. It's clearly strong, and I like their effects, plus fucking they're Alice in Wonderland based. Who wouldn't love that, you know? The last deck was Fire Kings, which I can give a IRL Fire King deck list at some point. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. I don't by any means want this to become a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel, but I do like the game from time to time. And the reason I don't want it to become a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel is just as I stated, you know, I don't always like the game. So... But yeah, if you are not familiar with Malice, their entire thing works on, you know, being banished, basically. Once they're banished, you can basically special summon them at the cost of your life points. And a lot of their cards work on being banished or banishing things, which is really nice. Even their link monsters are really effective at being banished. And they have a use you. See, and the cool thing is, technically, if I wanted to, I could summon a link monster right now. Which I'm probably actually gonna do, no lie. Fuck it, we're gonna go ahead and banish Chessie, since I haven't special summoned Chessie with its own effect. Just special summon a link monster. Yeah. We're gonna banish you. We want to activate Chessie Cat's effect. We do not want to activate your effect. And so in Chessie back. Link summon. Yeah, we'll use you. Red Ransom. That's also something amazing about this. I have never really liked Link monsters since they come out. Yeah, I'm one of those. But fucking, I kind of like this deck, like a lot, you know. So you first. We'll banish you. But I actually like links in this deck, and not just the fucking Malice ones either. Like, I just actually like all the links in this deck, which is surprising considering, I don't know, it feels, in my opinion, it feels old school, but also not, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. I'm just fucking speaking out of my ass. But I swear, to me, it feels old school, but kind of not. Okay. Yeah. You know, we'll just go with this. Fuck it. We'll just straight up. I was trying to figure out a way to summon it properly, but well, I guess any way is summoning it properly, but I meant like using a link card. Alright, let's see what you got. I have Linkaribo just for your sake, friend. How fantastic. What is your deck, dude? You're just gonna attack with 0 attack? Yeah, you're just gonna 0 attack. Sure. I go overboard with it. I'm just gonna attack. No. Alright, well, GG's. A hand for sure. I'll Ash Blossom it, sure. I like that I can special summon this during his turn. I understand the reason behind it. I'm sure you could probably set up a play to summon March Hare by banishing Rabbit, and then when Rabbit's summoned, you get a trap, and then you set up to fuck them up during their turn. I mean, hell, this way you can't stop the first summon. Might as well do it before you end your turn. We'll summon defense. Here. Oh. Alrighty. Okay, I wanted to explain the play here. Summon White Rabbit, use its effects to search my deck for a Malice trap card. I went for TB11, which lets me special summon either another Malice or if they control 3 or more cards, a Link monster. I go for Heart's Cryptor. Can't use its effect, it can't attack this turn, but it's good to have on the field, especially with them not doing much. And then I summon Rabbit back with its own effect, banish it for the other trap, which lets me search my deck for Dormouse to set up for later. Then it lets me banish a card because I control a Link. I just get rid of this Pendulum monster. Set 2, pass. All right, and then here he uses his Link Monster, I chain, or he uses his Pendulum, I chain Cryptor, to just shuffle back in Rabbit and banish his Link or his Pendulum Monster, which is Cryptor's entire effect, and then he just kind of scoops. So, Jordan Lock, of course, it's a staple. We know what it does. Mexi, Ash Blossom, Hand Traps, Backup Secretary. This is one of the cards that can be replaced for more staples. It's useful. Otherwise, it can be an extender. It can help you get more links out. But otherwise, you don't always need it. I don't think you ever actually truly do need it. I only play one Ghost Spell. Not a lot of people work with the graveyard, and if they don't, it's a dead draw. So, it's there, but it's not necessarily needed. You got 3 White Rabbit, 3 Chessie, 3 Dormouse, 3 March Hare. The 4 Malice monsters, 3 of each. It's expected. Usually, the plays that I like to see, I always like March Hare in my hand, at least one. To use for Chessie Cat or for really anyone that needs to banish, and also you can summon him for free and not use your normal summon. But usually my favorite starter is to do Chessie Cat with Dormouse and March Hare in my hand. Summon Chessie, banish Dormouse, draw 2, re-special summon Dormouse, and then White Rabbit. Yeah, you get the point. Because Dormouse banishes 1 from the deck. So, pretty simple combos. 2 more copies of Maxi, of course. Magnemute and Drewsworm. Parallax Seed, of course 2 copies because it's limited to 2. This is another one of those you can replace with more staples or whatever, and I'll show you a different build of this, like the completed build of this as well. So yeah, if you don't want Parallax Seed, you can get rid of it, but it does help with links if you need more links made. Nibiru, of course, in case you need to nuke their field because they're going too hard. Raigeki, technically also a replaceable. It's really how you see it. If you feel like you need Raigeki, keep it. If you don't, get rid of it. I don't necessarily need it. I don't think I need it, at least. Goldsark is lovely in this deck because, as I explained, and I'm sure most of you know anyway, Malice's work on being banished. So if you don't have any of the pieces you need to actually pop off, just Sark it, and then you don't even have to wait for the second standby phase. You just special summon it back. The field spell, pretty useful. Helps you do the same thing Goldsark does, basically. You can also, the boost to attack is pretty nice. Like I said, Malice is pretty straightforward. It's kind of just summon a bunch of shit, get a bunch of attack, and smack them till they die. Cross out, staple. Signet rollback. This is another useful one. If you've already used your Malice's effects, but you need, like, another piece for a Link monster or otherwise, rollback is useful, but it's also replaceable for other stuff. You get 1 Malice in the Mirror, 1 MTP7, 1 GWC06, and 1 of the TB11. You don't really need more than this, because, like, White Rabbit can search out all of these easily. Your Red Ransom can get your Malice in the Mirror or your Field Spell, and then White Binder can get the traps as well. So you don't really need extra, and when you see them in your hand, in an abundance of them in your hand, it kind of sucks, to be honest. 41 to 42 cards is not bad. I know the consistent number is 40. It's up to you, really, because 42 doesn't hurt it that much. And then extra deck, the non-banned Linkaribo, that's kind of better in my opinion. Trap cards are not as prevalent. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I'm sure most people have noticed that this game has sped up a shit ton, so traps are almost barely ever seen, unless you're Labyrinths or something. Link Decoder, just link climbing. Pretty good play is to just, summon this and then go for literally any of your Malice support, like your Malice monsters, because they're all 23 or more. Special summon it back and you get an extra link. Phoenix, just to pop something in the back row in case it's kind of worrying. It's what it is. Wicked. I'm gonna be honest, I've never gone for this, so if you have something else, you can easily do so. But I'm sure it's useful. I don't think I have a Cyburst tuner, so let me check. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't think I have a Cyburst tuner. So I probably won't get it for anything. Yeah. I'm never gonna use this effect, so it'll literally just be link fodder. You could probably use him to like hold a board down as well if you're afraid of like your monsters being destroyed, I guess. But meh. IP Masquerena, usually used to go for SP during their turn. Pretty useful. Splash Mage for link climbing. Dark, because I mean most of the deck is dark. It's useful. And if you're facing an opponent, who has darks as well, pretty easy to steal their shit. Not bad. And darks are very prevalent anyway in a lot of like decks. I feel like lights and darks are like your most common shit. So honestly, and this might be a tech in my opinion, it may be a shitty one. Koki Mirror Drago in the main deck. Not this one by any means. Don't just throw it in there. If you have a dragon deck though, Blue Eyes and otherwise, if you need to just stall him for a second, drop a Koki. I feel like you'll be pretty good for a while with that. But who knows? Judge me if you want to. SP Little Knight, we all know what it does. I'm sure most of us are tired of seeing this fucker. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna be honest as well. I haven't used this, but it does have its uses. You can banish one of your Maliss, summon it back for no cost, and then you can give him attack, or give anyone attack actually, based on the guy's banish thingy. Yeah, not bad. It's literally just maybe this is one of those win more situations. Maybe not. Who knows? Transcode Talker. If you need to recover any of your links from the graveyard and you can't just banish them, good one to do. Specifically, any of your Malice links. You probably don't want to go banishing your other shit. Yeah. Pretty typical like link stuff, and then one of each of your Malice links. Red Ransom, really useful. You can switch their attacks and defense as long as it points to, another monster. Pretty easy, pretty simple. When it's special summoned, add a spell, like I said. If it's banished, pay 900 life points, special summon it back, and you can banish the Cyberse from your deck. So if you need another starter for your turn, you can easily banish this with Heart Cipher and get its effect, and just start off that way. Pretty good. White Binder, I will be honest, I don't go for White Binder a lot, because usually this deck can finish games really fast if you're good with it, which it doesn't take a lot to be good with it. So you usually don't need to banish a bunch of stuff from the graveyards. You can do it to your own graveyard and like pop off again, so that's useful, but in my opinion it feels like more of a let's get rid of the annoying shit in your graveyard kind of deal, If it's banished, you special summon it and you draw a card. Useful. Hearts, I said Cipher this entire time. Hearts Cryptor, my bad. This is your boss monster of the deck. Quick effect, you shuffle back in a banished Malice, and you can banish a card on the field. Which, as you can see, can't be negated as long as he points to something. Which, yeah, it's fair enough, When it's banished, pay 900, and you special summon it back, doubled attack. Very useful. This is what I meant by, like, this deck is very good about just kind of, like, summoning shit and beating your opponent to death with a lot of attack. Because, like, logically, if you have your field spell on the field with three different, like, all three of your traps banished, and this guy has been summoned back from the banish zone, that's literally 8,000 exactly. So, because you double it to 5,000, and then it gains 3,000 because of the traps. Zeroboros, also typical Link stuff in my opinion. Yeah. And access code talker, because once again, pretty typical Link stuff. Pretty good way to go for game as well. Another typical, hey, this is pretty good about just beating the shit out of people. What my opinion to do is if they happen to like get rid of your shit, like your Malice guys, and you can't summon them back because they got sent to the graveyard, it's always a good idea to just kind of go for access code talker and then just banish one of them, just summon it back, because they don't need to be banished from the field. They can be banished from like pretty much anywhere, and you can summon it back. The only difference is literally just, you know, called buys for more hand trap negation. If they can't stop your plays, they're just gonna lose. I mean, it's expected. Infinite to slow them down, and Dominus. It's another pretty stable card by now. You can replace Phoenix with Almirage for another Link 1. And honestly, what I will probably do at some point is replace Wicked with Heat Soul, because Heat Soul's good. It's another burn life point thing, which you got to be careful about that. That's really your only resource that hurts is your life points, because this deck against Evil Twins, I think it is, that deck is painful sometimes. We're gonna go ahead and take out Wicked now and throw in Heat Soul, because you can easily make Heat Soul. You have a lot of stuff you can do for Heat Soul. It's worth it, personally. That, and you get like no value off of Wicked, so I think I just threw it in there as a like temporary placeholder. So this is what I've been playing. I will probably build up my list of decks a lot, and I probably will be posting more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Not only Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I want to make a Siege video soon. And you know, I figured Yu-Gi-Oh would be a simple way to come back and say, hey, I'm making videos again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.